Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome once again to another foreign investment podcast. I am your host, Hector Aguilar with eXp Realty here in the United States. Today, I have the pleasure and honor to invite my colleague and friend, David Carrillo, a Cancun expert, also with eXp Realty in Mexico. And today, we're excited to bring to you a little bit more information about some beautiful developments in Cancun, what's causing the demand in Cancun, what's new in Cancun, and also, some options for you in terms of financing, just to kind of educate you and provide some information about maybe some opportunities for you to invest in one of Mexico's pristine beaches, the Caribbean side of Mexico, my favorite side, which is Cancun, Mexico. So, David, welcome. Thank you for making the time to be with us.
Thanks to you, Hector. First of all, thank you for this invitation. For you said Cancun is one of your favorite spots. I want to say that I'm the number one fan of the city of Cancun.
Awesome.
So my name is David Carrillo. Of course, you can call me David. So, and the most important thing I can share is that I have 48 years living here. I was born in here. So
Okay.
with that, the next thing is that I have an architecture degree. And by that, I can say that I have a very good idea at construction quality.
Okay.
The advantages that the project designs has, the characteristics, their urban advantages. So, and how the services connect with people. So, and most important thing is that I can tell by living here what places and what is that holds value over time.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
So, and the second thing I want to share with you is that I'm an independent realtor or real estate agent. So with that, I'm saying that I'm not attached to any builder, any developer. So I kind of a client first driven person. And of course, the most I cherish about being an independent real estate agent is that I can speak up my mind. So
Wonderful.
if I don't like and I don't see value in something, I'm gonna tell it to you. So that is something. And well, I just choose three projects that I think they're gonna give you a glimpse about what's happening right now in Cancun. I just want to make sure with this talking that you're gonna get as much information and value to just turn your head to Cancun and really appreciate the strong value that the city is bringing right now. And basically, having the 2025 as one of the most exciting years in the real estate, landscape.
Fantastic. One of the things that stood out to me that I really appreciate is that you said you were an independent realtor and that you don't have a relationship with any specific builder, or and more importantly, that you're interested in providing value to the client first and foremost. So that speaks to my heart. That's how I deal with my clients here in the United States. I always look out for their best interest first. And I appreciate you making the time to share with us, some of Cancun's hottest condo projects. So tell me, why is Cancun one of the hottest markets to invest in right now? What's happening in Cancun that's driving investors to consider Cancun as an investment location?
Well, I think the first and most common thing that everyone knows is that we have the international airport of Cancun, that it's the second most connected airport with the highest amount of flights, in the entire country.
Wow.
Just beside Mexico City.
Wow.
So just to give you an idea, we're talking that just in July, the airport handled about 2.7 million passengers, with 1.7 international passengers just that month alone.
Wow, that's fantastic.
So that means we're bringing a huge amount of people, of course, that feed up the short-term rentals pipeline, and even the resale and the sales process. Um, so that's one of the main reasons Cancun it's so exciting about. And the second thing is that we keep very consistent rental demand. So just to give you an idea, this year I'm talking about 2025.
Okay.
The authorities just reported like an occupancy rate of, I would say this, 79% occupancy. I'm going to be cautious and I'm going to say we were about 75%.
Okay.
But that's a huge number.
Absolutely.
I mean, it stands out. And later, I mean, if we got time to talk about and put it in comparison with other cities here in the Riviera Maya in the Mexican Caribbean, you're gonna see like a tendency. So that absolutely Cancun is standing out. So
One of the things that I know, and you mentioned that the amount of travelers that are going into Cancun and the Riviera Maya area is 2.7 million a year. I know that there's been a huge increase in Canadian visitors to the region just because, during the winter times, they love the Caribbean, and many Canadians are choosing Mexican destinations and Central and South American destinations versus maybe some warmer United States areas, just because they like Mexico. The current administration isn't as friendly to Canada right now as in years past. So, have you seen an increase of Canadian visitors to the Cancun region and other parts of Mexico as well?
yes, for sure. And actually, there was a rising from international travelers, and we're talking about specifically from Americans and Canadians, just by like somewhere around 6.8 compared to the last year. So yeah, I mean,
So
it's
6.8%
going up.
more people.
Yeah,
So almost 7% increase in visitors from both Canadians and the United States.
yeah.
That's awesome. So let's get into you briefly mentioned it. Other areas of the Caribbean, or Mexican Caribbean, which is Tulum, Riviera Maya. Tell us a little bit about the differences in terms of Cancun and Riviera Maya. Who are the people that you're seeing that are investing in Cancun versus maybe the demographics that are more interested in Riviera Maya and Tulum? And what are the benefits to each?
Well, kind of the profile of the investors that we have here in Cancun are barely the same in the other cities. I mean, we're talking about, as you say, US and Canadian second home or vacation home buyers. There is a fair amount of relocation people, retirees that are looking for a, warmer, weather, and of course, taking advantages about the tax, better prices, and they can get a much better quality of life here.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and at the same time, there are the digital nomads that take advantage at the same time about the easy process to reach a temporary residency here, that they start with the 6 months and they can just extend it to up to 4 years or something.
Okay.
So that makes everything easier for someone who's looking to reach the Caribbean and stay here while he's working remotely. And especially here in Cancun, there's an even growing market of Mexicans that at the same time they're looking for the second home or vacational home, or just investing on short-term rental properties at all levels. I mean, from the lowest to the higher ticket. So yeah, maybe Cancun is leading actually this last market that we're gonna find as a luxury market, high-end tickets. So it's very exciting.
Wonderful. Thanks for making that comparison. To me, Cancun seems like, I see a lot more condo towers, obviously a lot more hotels, and then there's an area of Cancun that's north of the hotel zone that's being developed as well because of its beaches
Yeah.
and its being remote. But to me, it seems like Cancun is a little bit more higher end. You're probably looking at a buyer that's looking for, something that's luxury, that's low maintenance, that offers, a lot of commodities, being close to the airport, being close to some of the beaches and the attractions that Cancun can offer. Not to say that those that are going to Riviera Maya and Tulum are not interested in that, but it seems like it's a different demographic. I think to me, like there's more mature people wanting to stay in Cancun, and Riviera Maya is more like like digital nomads, maybe some younger millennials and Gen Zs that are loving the Riviera Maya, kind of like the bohemian movement, if you will, right? And so there's a
Okay.
lot that both offers, right? Cancun offers a certain aspect of real estate, and Riviera Maya and Tulum offers another aspect, right? Both, and
Um,
and they
yeah.
vary in terms of price, right? In terms of there's a lot more entry level pricing, maybe in Riviera Maya and Tulum, and there's a lot more luxury pricing in Cancun as well. So I'm glad that you mentioned that there's a little bit of a difference.
Sure.
So one of the things that I wanted to ask you is what is currently driving the demand for condos in Cancun right now? What are you seeing that's increasing, that developers seeing an opportunity to purchase condominiums in the Cancun area?
Well, to answer that question, I would like to give I would like to share some explanation about the city. And if you don't mind, I would like to share my screen.
Absolutely. Let me go ahead and add that right now.
Looking at, yeah. So I don't know if you see my screen. I'm in Google Maps right now.
Yeah, absolutely. We're seeing your map. I'm going to go ahead and
Okay.
remove the heading so you can see
So
more of it, so we can see the map. Go ahead.
yeah, sure. The thing is, well, for those who doesn't know, Cancun was a planned city, a designed city.
Right.
It wasn't meant to be for social pressure or something. It was just all plan, ambition at a top level. I mean, at the top levels of the authorities here in Mexico back in the 70s.
Okay.
So they never actually, I'm pretty sure they never pictured the impact that this city was going to have, not only locally but nationally and internationally speaking. I mean, you know, in terms of economic, social, traveling, and even in the tourist industry. So, but what you can see clearly here is that this strip of line is the hotel zone,
Mm-hmm.
and this is the basically downtown, the walls, the rest of the city, and back in that time, the intention was basically to hold all the properties, all the resort, shopping malls, restaurants, nightclubs, and tourist offer just in the hotel zone. And here was meant to be for all the residents and locals living here.
Right.
So this is, back in the 70s, before Airbnb, was made their appearance in the world.
Right.
So, and you can see the intention of these designers. I mean, this is kind of this portion that I'm just surrounding right now. It's kind of the historic portion of the city that was designed, with another intention of, keeping traffic around neighborhoods and, making people walk inside their neighborhoods, having services inside and stuff like that. I mean, it's part of the intention, but they never take into account anything near or close to short-term rental, concept.
Right.
So all this area, which is actually beautiful, I mean, it is nice to walk by, and I mean, residents love this area. So
So this particular area right here is not the vacational hotel zone area. It's not like the
No,
tourist
no,
area.
it's not. But the thing is, when Airbnb made its appearance, a lot
Hmm.
of people took advantage and started to rent their properties or their apartments, you know. And but now the phenomenon ongoing right now, that is the same phenomenon that's happening in uh, other places around the globe, is that residents are kind of fighting back their condos from short-term rentals.
Right.
And a lot of places here in apartments right now, they're not allowing even Airbnb.
Good.
So what's now happening, what happened in Cancun, that the only places that were left, were what we call the South Polygon, that is this kind of a chunk of land here.
Okay.
But as you know, this place is kind of far from the hotel zone.
Yes.
So, here there is the Guayacan Avenue, and there's a lot of condominiums here popping up. It's a very, very hot real estate area right now. And yet they have now this intention of making projects towards short-term rentals.
Mm.
I mean, it's not the best place to me. Actually, it's not the best location. But right now, other thing that I need to mention is that this is a new project, a new ongoing project in the city, that is the Nichupte Bridge. It's a new bridge that's going to connect the downtown with the hotel zone. As
Oh, I
you
see.
can see, construction is ongoing.
Yep, I see that.
It it's going to reach Kukulkan Mall, just nearby Island Mall, La Isla Mall.
Okay.
And that is, changing the game in all these area, you know.
So it'll be easier access, shorter drive times, and people will have
That's right.
more
So,
opportunities to
but
kind
the
of.
thing is, all this area still lack of that, density, and the city code to make developments.
I see.
So now there's two areas. One of them is this one. This was, as you can see, it shape is different, and that's because it is what we used to call ejida land, or
Gotcha.
kind of social land.
Sure.
That now it's moving towards private property, and now there are, popping up condos here that are taking the advantage of being near to the access of the new bridge.
Hmm.
And as you can see, there's, for example, Coa Towers, Areca Towers, and Brass Cancun, sorry, Umbal, for example. And you can see now they have everything that it's expect to find in a condo with the goal of a short-term rental.
Right.
So, and one of the projects that I'm going to share is just around here. So it's just actually a few minutes from the entrance.
Nice.
And the other part that it's kind of, it's going to reshape the landscape here in Cancun. It's the Colosio Avenue. Colosio Avenue is this line which actually connects up to the north with the Costa Mujeres hotel zone, comes here, actually connects the downtown center with the international airport, the Mayan train station that it's just right here,
Fantastic.
and later it becomes the highway that connects the major cities across the Mexican Caribbean: Puerto Morelos, Playa del Carmen, Tulum, Felipe Carrillo Puerto, Bacalar, and even reaching Chetumal, which is the capital city at the south point in the state.
So it's basically the main highway that's going to connect.
I mean, this is an artery. I mean, there's a huge amount of people traveling through this artery. And the thing is, now they're raising, various projects here. One of them is Le Parc, and which are towers with this DNA. I mean, I would call it like a research DNA with short-term rentals.
Right on.
I mean, because as we all know, one of the key difference between Riviera Maya and Cancun is that, for example, Playa del Carmen was shaped by the Airbnb era. Gotcha. Tulum was already, Airbnb was already there when Tulum started to grow.
Right.
So, but Cancun didn't have that. So now, most of the builders turn their heads to what's happening in Playa del Carmen and Tulum and figure out to do something, bigger and better. So, and with these projects being here, they're just taking advantages not only for being connected with the Colosio that puts you right away to the southern cities of Playa del Carmen, Tulum, etc. It's, you can land at the international airport in less than 10 minutes be at your property, and that's a major advantage. And the second one is that, this close the circle around the Nicho de Lagoon, which is actually a, natural protected area.
Right.
So the views of these towers, looking at the Nicho de Lagoon are outstanding. You can imagine. Sorry?
I said, let's look into some of those. I mean, I know that we wanted to talk about, those three best projects, right? And I know that those three best projects are going to be right here on the lagoon. So let's show some of our audience what we're looking at here.
Okay. Yeah, right. Let me see. Well, let's start with Le Parc. Le Parc, it's a 24-story building.
Okay.
That it's, and actually, from all the projects that are ongoing right now, we got the advantage that all the projects are still on a pre-sale stage. So you have the advantage to go on a pre-sale and gain all the value that's gonna pass while it's under construction.
Right.
So,
right. Like everything else, right? When you're the first buyer, when you first buy, you're going to buy at the entry level pricing, and as sales go on, you're going to benefit of the future value because you have you've purchased first. So
yeah, correct. So sorry, but even though there's, here you can see, for example, this Okun Living Cancun. This is another option, but I just want to point out that you can see the project, it's under a very narrow strip of land. And basically they're not facing, the Nicho de Lagoon on this case, but on the contrary, Le Parc, both of the towers take advantage and are front looking at the Nicho de Lagoon. Nice. So in one of the best characteristic of this project is that they're gonna build a lagoon. As you can see here, this is not only like a huge pool. This is we can call it a lagoon because it's comprised of let me remember something around.
Do you have more? Do you have more photos of that?
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. I'm gonna take the note of the. Okay. So The thing is, they have, as you can see, they have several levels.
Mm-hmm.
There's a huge common area on a
Like a
3-level
rooftop?
story here, and separating, like different. This is a family area. This is an adult only area, and by doing that, they're attending different profiles on the same place, and they're giving spaces to everyone, just from families to just a couple, or even on person of the third age.
Nice.
So, and everything is designed, friendly to all these kind of people that can be living around here. So,
Fantastic. It's
of
beautiful.
course,
Beautiful design.
yeah, they have all the amenities right now, even more than the common amenities, like tennis courts, gym, hamacas area, umbrella areas. There's going to be a lobby, and fireplaces, pit areas, walking. I mean, green areas. So it's a very fantastic place just to be there.
I mean, it looks beautiful.
So
Looks like they've
you
got
don't
some nice designs there.
you can keep your family here without even reach the beach, and spend a very, very nice weekend here.
Nice. What other
So
development do you have? And we can talk about price points. What is the initial price point for the park?
yeah, well, this is we can find 1, 2, 3, and 4-bedroom units here.
Nice. A good variety of units: 1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, and 4 bedrooms.
Yeah, just a note that the artificial lagoon is going to be 86,000 square feet.
Oh wow, that's
So
huge.
it's huge. Yeah, it's huge. I mean, it's not a pool. It's a lagoon.
That's beautiful.
So yeah, and just to give you an idea, the first tower, it's already sold.
Oh
The
wow.
second tower is being opened just this month. I mean, was open to sell this month, and it's going fast. So you asked me about the prices. For 1 bedroom, we're going to start at 3.9 million pesos, which is basically 210,000 US dollars.
Wow, that's not bad at all.
2-bedroom and 2-bathroom with 1,460 square feet is starting at 5,600,000 pesos, which is basically 299,000 US dollars.
Wow, not bad at all. And I mean, that's a good size. 1,400 square feet is a really good size.
Yeah, and 3 bedrooms and 4 are just starting from 10 million, which is somewhere around 40,000 US dollars.
Wow, and some nice options. Let's
Yeah.
talk about Erenia. I think that's another development that you're going to share with us, right?
Yeah, sure.
Where is Erenia located in comparison to La Park? Is it also on
Okay.
the same strip?
No, it's not in the Colosio. That one is just around here.
Okay.
This is the place. This is the place. It's just a couple of streets from
From the main
this.
highway.
This is Cancun Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
This is a highway inside the city. But as you can see from here, you connect directly to the Nichupte Bridge.
Yes.
So this means you only make 10 minutes to reach the entrance of the hotel zone.
And then what is the project or the bridge? When is that to be completed?
It's meant to be completed by mid of 2027.
Okay, so in a couple years.
Yeah, in a couple of years.
Okay, fantastic. So let's see Erenia. Show us Erenia.
So Erenia, on the contrary to what is Le Parc, which is I mean, Le Parc is this, tall buildings, a huge amount of apartments. This is more personal, more private, because it has only two towers, 5-story building towers,
Okay.
and only 40 condos.
Okay.
And here we only have 1 and 2 bedrooms apartments. And the thing is, because of the price point, and other thing is, it doesn't have as much, variety of amenities. It has its own social area with a pool. But the thing is, this is taking the full advantage of its location, offering a good price entry ticket. So just to give you an idea, we're talking about for a two-bedroom, we start at 2,891 pesos, which is 160,000 US dollars for a two-bedroom unit.
Wow, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, I mean, for someone looking for a very nice entry-level ticket, this is the way to go.
Nice.
Because this area is reshaping right now, and once it starts to reach their maturity, prices are gonna go up for sure. So and just the biggest apartments that has 900 square feet, they're starting at 3,200,000 pesos. So you're not gonna find these prices anywhere around any other area.
You're talking about the US dollars, about $165,000. I mean, that's a really good deal for a two-bedroom, 900 square foot condo.
Yeah, I mean, you can find prices like that in other places in Cancun, but you're gonna have to, go at the very end of the Guayacan Avenue, and you're gonna take half an hour to reach the Hotel Zone or something like that.
Yeah, no, I mean, these are nicely located. You're talking about a 10-15 minute drive once the bridge is completed.
Yeah.
Beautiful amenities, nice finishes, nice private condo.
Yeah. And this one, it's already being built and it's on schedule. So, yeah. And this one, it's meant to be delivered by January 2027.
Okay, so not too far down the road. I mean, you're talking about 18 months at the most.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So has very beautiful interior design. And well, this one, both of these projects, Le Parc and Erenia, are allowing short-term rentals, or Airbnb.
Okay, good.
But the third and the last one that I want to show you, that doesn't allow it. And I even choose it because, I know there's a relocation market of people that actually don't want to mix, they don't want to reach a place where they still gonna see, people, their neighborhood is gonna be different every single weekend.
Right.
Okay,
they want something that's a little bit more private, something that's not gonna be as busy.
That's right.
A consistent flow of the same, owners primarily versus, just.
I just wanted to share another option just to show you kind of the array that you're going to find here in Cancun. So the thing is that here, once again, this is the traditional entrance to the Hotel Zone.
Yes.
The Pupulcan.
Mm-hmm.
And just around here, there's this area that we call it locally like el table, or the table.
Okay.
Just like that. So, but the thing is, all this area as well is declared natural protected.
Oh, I see.
So right now, there's no even spots for building here, but these guys actually managed to keep going on an old project that used to be 5 towers, but the original developer just built 3, and now this developer took the project and it's completing the 2 remaining projects.
Oh, okay. So
the 2 remaining towers, but as you can see, I mean, actually, these are the footprints of the 2 towers here.
Right.
And as you can see, you're looking just right straight to the niche of the lagoon, and on the other side, you only have mangrove, and here, the very definition of a quiet, peaceful place that is just, around the corner of the hotel zone, with having the Las Americas Mall just a few steps away, as well as the Marina Town Center of Puerto Cancun, just basically at the same distance, and taking full advantage to be close to the downtown. I mean, it's kind of the ideal location. And here, I'm going to share you, this is those are the already built towers.
And those are 3 existing buildings already.
So, and as you can see, this is the view that you're going to have.
Oh, wow, that's beautiful.
Nothing is going to be built here. Nothing here. I mean, it
will always be protected.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it's unique, truly unique. And as I told you, it's very close to the Las Americas Mall. And
Yes.
This is, I mean, the place where you can wake up and with, birds chirping around is here.
So it's kind of it's like a little bit of a sanctuary there, because it's set apart from everything else.
Yeah.
Close
the thing
enough
is,
to drive to all the malls and the Puerto Cancun, and even into the hotel zone. So it's an ideal quiet location.
Yeah. And despite you're in a quiet location, you're not isolated. You're in the middle of everything. So right. I think that's kind of a gem here. And
I think you have the best of both worlds, right? You have privacy, and yet you're close enough where you can go to all the shops and all the entertainment areas that you want to go.
Yeah. So the outside and the facades are the same as the first building. I mean, the first.
Yeah, I mean, you have to continue the continuity. You want to make it look the same, right? It's going to be a little bit more of a traditional tower. It's not going to be modern, but at the very same time, look at the interior. The interior is beautiful.
Yeah, that's right. So, and this is being built by Onyx Living, which is a very reputed builder here. They have a extensive record of developments and projects with a very, very nice construction quality.
Nice,
for sure. So
I think that's important, right? Most people want to make sure that they're working with a very important, a very reputable developer, a developer that has experience and that's going to finish out projects, right?
Yeah, that's right. And the other thing is, usually, as you can see in different projects, I mean, around Playa del Carmen, Tulum, they have a very tiny green area. These guys, I mean, they're not only surrounded by nature, but they keep a common green area that it's comprised of more than 10,000 square feet.
I mean, it sounds.
Well, sorry, 100,000 square feet.
100,000 square feet.
Yeah, of common green areas.
So almost like a little over 2 acres.
Yeah, that's right. So, and you're gonna have 2 family pools, and terraces,
And
grill areas,
what's the entry level
and
price point for this one?
the price point are for one bedroom. We're talking about 4,800,000 pesos, which is 265, barely 265,000 US dollars.
Okay.
So, for a two bedroom, we're talking about 7,390,000 pesos, which is 410,000 US dollars.
It's really not a bad price for the location and the privacy and the view that you have, plus the additional common grounds and the mangroves. So it's kind of a little bit of a private hideaway, private oasis.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very nice.
Absolutely. So, well, this is kind of the middle point of what you will find. From the best entry level ticket that I think is Erenia, for something it's more sophisticated, more, toward a short-term rental goal oriented, which is Le Parc in Colosio. I took off everything that it's luxury, but believe me, if we could have time and space for another meeting, we can share very, very interesting, projects that are going right now in the hotel zone, as well as the Costa Mujeres. That are very, very interesting projects for sure for Canadians and Americans looking for their second home, vacation apartment, but without thinking on putting on Airbnb. And actually, Airbnb numbers doesn't make much of a sense when you just reaching certain tickets, right? So,
right. Well, there's a lot of investors that they're looking at it as their second home, so they may not want to put it in Airbnb. There's some of them that want to live in the property maybe 6 months out of the year because they're fleeing
that's right.
months in North America and Canadian states where it's freezing in the winter. So yeah, it probably doesn't make sense to have it be part of an Airbnb. We haven't really discussed finance options. We've discussed prices. Are there seller finance options? And I know that there's a couple mortgage companies that I've talked to that do financing in Mexico. Are the developers open to working with mortgage companies, or do they only offer self-financing?
Yeah, they're open to that. Just take into account that we're talking on pre-sale. You will have to wait to apply your mortgage, right? So the typical kind of payment scheme that it's traditional is 30, 40, 30. 30 down payment, 40 through the time that will last the delivery, and at the very end the 30% when you can apply your loan or credit. But the thing is, there are a few institutions. Everyone who wants more information, they can reach you or reach me, and we can go deeper.
Absolutely. I think it's important because people will have questions about how they can finance, and it's important to know that there's options. Obviously you're going to probably need to put a 30% down payment. During the construction, you'll probably need to at some point deliver another 40%, and then at delivery you're going to have to finish off the 30%. So how much time does it take from let's say development?
I just want to point out that in the case of Erenia, actually they have a very attractive payment option when you just put the 30% down payment and you can pay the 70% at the delivery.
Okay.
So you can apply the 70% with a credit, which is for me kind of the best. I think the best thing anyone can do.
Right.
So
fantastic.
It's not a common. It's not a common scheme actually.
Yeah, most builders, in my experience, want to be paid out at delivery. So you could do one of two things, right? You can have a builder developer, like in this particular case, Urania, that offers 70% at delivery, and maybe you can get a mortgage company to finance that amount. And there are some other developers that do work with mortgage companies and will help you with the finance process as you put your down payment. But typically, most of them are going to want at least a 30% down payment. So if you are interested in maybe looking at some of these condos as a potential investment, the first step is this. Reach out to myself. You have my contact information there at the bottom. David and I work together, and what we'll do is we'll put you in touch with David, maybe even schedule a visit, a tour where you can visit Cancun for maybe like a 4-day weekend. Fly in on a Thursday, spend Friday and Saturday looking at some developments, maybe enjoy a little bit of personal time at Cancun, and then maybe fly back the following Monday. So we can definitely do that for you if you want. We can make arrangements to. There's a partner that I have, which is ITA Global, that specifically deals with discovery tours, and we can plan something for you. But certainly we see that Cancun is offering some amazing condo developments that are alternatives to maybe the busy life like you can find in Riviera Maya and maybe Tulum too. That's maybe a little isolated. Here in Cancun, you're able to maybe take advantage of some privacy. You're able to take advantage of some new developments that are modern, that offer you a beautiful 86,000 square foot lagoon. Something that's even closer to Puerto Cancun is for example, the Villa Alta, which is close to all the action there in the hotel zone, if that's what you're looking for. But at the very least, you have some options. I want to thank David for giving us some awesome information. And the goal of this particular podcast is to bring you investment opportunities that are abroad, not only in Mexico, but we offer Costa Rica, Panama, Colombia, and other parts of the world where you might be able to think about investing and maybe even relocating. Right? Many people are relocating throughout Mexico and Latin America, and the goal of our podcast is to bring you quality developments partnered with amazing real estate agents that know what they're doing, that have experience, and they're going to look out for your best interests. So David, I want to thank you for your time. Again, if you guys are interested in maybe doing some research and maybe looking further into these 3 developments or maybe some other developments in Cancun, please feel free to reach out to us. You can reach me via email, you can text me, you can DM me, and you can even reach me on WhatsApp. So, David, I want to thank you for your time.
My pleasure. Absolutely my pleasure. And yeah, once again, if you want to explore deeper in the Cancun market, feel free, as Hector said, reach out, and for sure we're gonna find that exact perfect ideal second home or investment that you're looking for. And believe me, Cancun is standing out way ahead their competitors right now. And this year was the best year for Cancun, that not only shows its maturity, but all the hard work that the Cancun people is putting on the city to bring these options and make a nice quality of life around here. So
and it's very evident, David. Thank you so much for your time. Once again, Cancun can offer you anything from an entry level of about $180,000 to upwards of $500,000-$600,000 and maybe more. It just depends on your budget, depends on your comfortness in terms of how much you want to invest and the location that you choose. There's a lot of options for you in Cancun and also Puerto Cancun and also Costa Mujeres, which is another area that is offering Caribbean life in terms of the beach, being the Caribbean beach. But I wanted to thank David for his time, and once again, I wanted to thank you for joining us this afternoon. Again, if you have any questions and you want to take the first steps, please feel free to reach out to you. My name is Hector Aguilar, and this has been the Foreign Investment Podcast. We'll see you again soon, and we look forward to talking to you about investing in Mexico real estate. Have a great day, everyone. Take care.
Bye-bye.